Things I learnt the hard way, so you don't have to. The bare minimum should disgust you. Disgust you. If it doesn't, you need to work on your self-esteem and your self-worth. Someone who claims to be sensitive, but is only sensitive to their feelings and not the feelings of others, is actually just a narcissist. A friend to all is a friend to none. And a friend who becomes an enemy over one small misunderstanding was an enemy all along. You will never be confused with a man who is serious about you. A man will go above and beyond for his dream girl. If he's not treating you like a princess, it's because he doesn't see you as one. And most likely, you are just a placeholder. Being misunderstood is the cost of being above average. You will never experience hate from somebody who is doing better than you or looks better than you. They weren't being nice, they were just studying you. Having drama over the age of 25 is embarrassing. Go find some peace and get some money. Poor boundaries is just an invitation for people to steal your peace. And they will. A man who does nothing for you deserves nothing from you. If you want to be happy, stop entertaining chaos. Protect your peace. And it's easy to say, but protecting your peace also looks like being comfortable with being disliked and putting what you want and your needs first. Being alone does not mean lonely, but loneliness has treated me better than any man ever has. A man with no self-esteem will diminish yours. A man with no inner peace will destroy yours. A man with no loyalty will question yours. A man that avoids his own emotions will avoid yours. People don't actually want advice, they just want you to validate them. People who try to humble you are uncomfortable with your power.
One of the biggest pieces of advice that I wish I could tell my younger self is to diversify your portfolio. And I do not mean to go and get a manager and diversify your financial assets. What I mean is to set yourself up as a woman where you have so many categories that you can win in, that if one or two of them are not working out, you're not going to completely crumble and think, oh my God, nothing's going right for me. Work on your higher self, work on your physical body, work on your career, work on your education, and work on your love life. Diversify areas that you can win in so that when one isn't working out, who cares? You got 10 other ones.
One of the most elevated things that I've ever done is stop entertaining chaos. I don't argue online. I don't explain myself to people who've already made up their minds. I don't go where I feel drained, and I don't stay where I'm not growing. Protecting your peace is the new luxury. If the energy feels off, I step back. If it's not aligned with my growth, my values, or what I want my future life to look like, I let it go. You don't need to prove your softness, your worth, or your presence to anyone. That's what real feminine elevation is about. Quiet confidence, intentional boundaries, and emotional regulation. That is the vibe.
Listen, getting up and going to work is hard, but being broke is hard. Going to the gym is hard, but being out of shape, not feeling comfortable in your body is hard. Budgeting is hard, but living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Being disciplined is hard, but living with regret is hard. Healing is hard, but being stuck is hard. Putting that phone down is hard, but being overstimulated and restless is also hard. Now, setting boundaries is hard, but being walked all over, that's hard. Being alone, ooh, I know it sucks. It's so hard. But being with the wrong person, that's a tough job. That is hard. Cutting off the distractions is hard. But delaying your future is also hard. Choosing yourself is hard. But abandoning your potential, that's way too hard. Choose your hard. There is always a price to pay. You pay now or you pay later.
Woman to woman, get money. All these tips on how to become more feminine, we love that, right? But get money so you can move how you want to move in life, not move how you have to move. Work on your mindset. Leave the lack mindset in the past and move to an abundant mindset. You can do anything. If someone did it before you, why can't you do it? Stop being male-centered and be you-centered. Get the education, start the business, climb the corporate ladder if that's what you want to do, but get money, period. There are very few problems in life that having more money cannot fix. Do you hear me? Get the fucking money, period.
Tell me if I'm crazy. Have you ever thought maybe your life isn't the way it should be because you are living in the wrong zip code? Let me break this down for you. Sometimes some of you guys have New York energy, but you live in Louisiana. When you move to New York, you're going to find your glow, you're going to find your spark. Some of you are a Los Angeles girl. you need to switch your area code. Imagine being a Los Angeles girl, but you live in Mississippi. Imagine being the type of girl that I am and living in a place that does not adhere to the personality, my style, my energy. What do you guys think about that? I've been literally thinking that over and over. It's not where you are, it's where you need to be. Sometimes you are just not where you need to be in life. You need to pack up, move to a place that matches your personality, your style, your vibe, your whole entire lifestyle, and then your spark is gonna come back. What is it giving? I feel like I need to be living in Europe. Like I need to be living in Paris. Drop down in the comments where you think you should be living based on your personality and your style.
This is just your reminder that while it's great that you want to consume content and be around people who teach you how to level up, how to progress, how to be an it girl, sometimes it's really nice to have compassion for yourself and examine all of the ways that you've already progressed. Because truth be told, so long as you're in the headspace of, I need to get better, I need to get better, I need to get better, sometimes the pitfalls of that mental headspace is that you're unable to look at all the progress that you have made. You're already an it girl. You're already that girl, and you're already progressing just by virtue of the fact that you want to get better. Take a step back and enjoy your life and who you already are. Have a good day.
Okay, I have a story to tell you guys that actually turned into a lesson. So the other day I'm in New York, right? And I'm getting on the train and this girl next to me who I do not know starts running to get to the train. So I'm like, oh my God, I start running to get to the train. She gets on the train, I get on the train. 2 stops later, I realize this train is headed downtown and I'm meant to go uptown. So I think the lesson here is, don't allow someone else's urgency to become your urgency, right? This girl who I had no business following started running to catch a train, so I started running to catch a train. It was the wrong train. It may have been her train, but it wasn't my train. And I just think it's so important to remember that urgency clouds your judgment. Take your time, find pause. Just because someone else is running towards something does not mean that you need to run towards that thing either. And also, oftentimes, what they're running towards isn't meant for you. It's not for you. Like, that was the wrong train. That was the wrong train. So take your time and just remember, like, what's for you is not gonna miss you. And oftentimes, the faster you run towards something, the further it seems to be. Slow the fuck down. Slow the fuck down.
Do you even realize that most of life feels so challenging because you are deliberately making it that way? The more that you keep saying, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, I'm not driven enough, I'm not disciplined enough, I can't handle this amount of work, I can't handle this hard class, I can't handle this conversation, then that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna keep getting that outcome back. The second you change your mindset to, you know what, this might be a lot, but there's nothing I can't do. I might be struggling right now, this might feel like a huge workload, but there's nothing I can't do. You'll notice yourself walking into these bigger rooms, taking on these bigger projects, doing these insane things you never thought you could do because your mindset shifted. Your mindset is your life. I talk about this all the time. You can take a quick scroll on my page and see that. I'm such an advocate for getting your mind in the right place first because there really is nothing you can't do. And I don't think people would consider that realistic, but it's the truth. There's so many hard things in my life and so many things that I've earned that I could have never come close to had I walked into those rooms with the mindset of, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, I suck, I'm not smart enough, I'm not driven enough. I would have gotten nowhere. You cannot have a positive life with a negative mind. So, I don't know who needs this reminder, but just remember, your mindset is everything and there's nothing you can't do.
Never, ever, ever, and especially as a woman, ever beg. I learned this when I was in 5th grade and I never went back. This one woman that used to babysit me taught me this. She was like, do not ever beg for anything. She was like, the moment you start begging, you allow the other person to have all the power. Men, and especially men who have read 40 Laws of Power, know this to their core. They will not even ask you twice. By the time that you ask twice, the other person will know that they have power over you, and then immediately you're in a space to be checkmated. The game is over, they won. I don't even believe in compromising in a lot of things, especially not your morals. I say this because most of the time, women, especially younger women, are the ones who will compromise and ask twice, ask 3 times, ask 4 times for something to be done. If the other person wanted to do it, it would be done immediately when you asked. Personally, me, I never understood begging for a ring. If that man loves you, that ring will come in a timely manner because he knows that marriage is important to you, period. And a lot of you guys, it will be your 6 or 7. You guys are still girlfriends. All your friends married. You're sitting here confused like, where did I go wrong? And it's because you begged for that ring. Now, 2 things are going to happen. 1, he's gonna give you the ring and it's gonna feel forced and it's not gonna be special. Or two, he's gonna keep giving you the runaround because he knows you've invested too much time and you'd rather sit here and beg for a man to act right than go find another one that will without you having to ask multiple times. And I feel so bad because a lot of times it's kind-hearted women who never learn how to put up boundaries that end up compromising the most and getting the least at the end. I'm talking about myself because when I was younger, I was the same way. People still say I'm too nice and I literally give way too much. And I'm a Pisces. I'm very emotional and I take a lot of things personally until I learn that everything is a game and we play to win. Personally now, I love it because here's why. I can literally use that as the advantage in any situation I'm in. For example, let's say I walk into a business meeting. Most of the time it's white men and immediately they'll underestimate me. Either it's because I'm a girl, I'm a person of color, and because I'm really, really young. Usually they ask me my age and I tell them and they're too stunned to speak. I will never go beg for an opportunity. I will literally go find something else or make my own before I'm sitting here begging for something I know I deserve because I put in the hard work and the numbers make sense. But you don't want to give me an opportunity because I'm a woman or I'm young or whatever the case may be because you are underestimating me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go make this business bigger. Now I'm your biggest competitor and your biggest problem when I could have been your biggest ally and we could have been winning this game together. This is not me being harsh. Respectfully, life is a game and I don't know about you, but I play to win.
If you're a woman and you are attractive, intelligent, kind, considerate, loving, entrepreneurial, adventurous, the kind of person that people enjoy having around, you have a charisma to you, you have an energy to you, you love to see people elevate, you need to protect yourself and your energy with boundaries because everyone is going to want a piece of you. And if you do not understand your power and you do not understand the space that you hold in society, you will burn yourself out, you will be disrespected, and people will constantly have their hand out trying to get something from you. Boundaries are your friend. You are a rare gem in this world and you need to walk around knowing that. That does not change your character. That does not change you from being kind and loving. But it does, however, keep the people away that do not need to be there. Okay? You do not see beautiful mansions with the front door open like, hey, come and stay here. No, they have security. They have locks. They have rails and gates and people and ways to make sure that not just anybody is gonna walk up in there. You either own the house, you visiting, are you just handed to the gate? What is your situation? You need to look at yourself in the same way. That does not mean that you're full of yourself. That means you know what you're worth.
I think being interested in life, being happy with what you are, being happy about your age, and just trying to enjoy what you have and what life is all about. There's so much out there that you can enjoy. Be interested in everything. Take care of your body. That's so important. Go to the gym and exercise, and that already will make you feel better. And this is something I do every day. I love the theater. I love good music. I love the cinema. I'm just interested in everything there is, and that makes me happy. And I love to sing. I love to sing.
Today is the day I realized that us as women spend a lot of time trying to make the parts of us that make us sexually attractive more attractive versus making the things that make us unconditionally loved more attractive. Today I was talking with my dad and I was telling him about things that I was insecure of on the outside, like physically, and he was like, yeah, women are always, insecure about their lips, their boobs, their butt. Him as a man initially went to go and say, the physical aspects of us that make us more attractive. And we're always trying to get a bigger booty, nicer body. And these are the things that attract men to us in a lustful way, in a way that doesn't really last. It's not glorifying you as a person. It's not making you feel seen. It's not making you feel heard. It's not making you feel truly loved. Sure, men will spoil you, but it's really just to get one thing and then they don't really care about you. That's why we have a problem with cheating, with lust, with divorce. You never really hear women nowadays saying, damn, I just want to make my heart more beautiful.
I want to become more of a beautiful person on the inside, because I know that when I show up to a party or an event and I have love in my heart and I look at people and they see love in my eyes, they'll be so attractive to me. They will always want to be around me. People will just love me for me. People will go out of their way on my birthday to give me gifts, say happy birthday. Guys will go out of their way to really want to pursue me, get to know me, spoil me the same way that they would spoil another girl that they just want to sleep with. But because they really love me for who I am. If you want to be that girl on the inside and on the outside, make sure you follow, because I do not gatekeep here.
If no one ever told you, I'm going to tell you. Your success is directly correlated to your visibility. I was watching We Crash, and one of the characters says, it's not about who you see, it's about who sees you. And I could not agree more. Like, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what your goals are, if people cannot see you, they are not going to think of you. You are not going to be top of mind. You need to get in front of people and sell them on whatever your idea is, sell them on whatever your goal is, sell them on whatever your pitch is. You have to get yourself in front of people. Get over this fear of being seen, put yourself in front of people, open your mouth, and communicate so that people can see the vision and people can buy into your vision. But if you lurk in the shadows, no one's checking for you. No one's gonna buy what you're selling because no one can see you.
Once you realize that the life that you are living is just a reflection of what you believe about yourself, everything starts to shift. That is truly when you unlock the real secret to actually changing your life, because nothing around you is going to change until you do. If you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough, you're going to keep attracting situations that prove you right. But when you actually start seeing yourself as someone who's worthy of actually winning, who's capable, who's powerful, you will naturally start making decisions that put you in places where you do win. Most of us don't even realize how deeply we have been programmed since we were kids about everything, literally about money, about love, about success, confidence, everything. That programming, it's running your life. It's running the show. But here's the truth, okay? Once you actually become truly aware of those beliefs, you can reprogram them. You can literally rewire your mind to support the version of you that you are trying to become. You want the dream apartment, you want that healthy, beautiful, amazing relationship, you want the business, the travel, the financial freedom. It's all possible. It is possible, but it all starts here in your mind, okay? You cannot sit in the same cycle blaming your environment or your past or your circumstances and expect things to magically change. You have to stop living in a victim mindset, okay? And step into your power as the creator of your damn life, okay? That shift is everything. It's everything. You're not stuck. You're just thinking like someone who is stuck, okay? The second that you choose to believe in something better for yourself, you are going to start attracting better, period. Here is the truth. It might sting a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways. I think more people need to hear this. The reason that most people stay stuck in the same place year after year is not because they are unlucky. It's because they chose to stay stuck. People are so caught up in their comfort zones that they don't realize they're literally holding themselves back from everything they ever wanted. You want to know the secret? It's not about how smart you are. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about who you know. It's about your own ability to be able to disrupt your own life, to actually challenge your own beliefs. Most people are just too afraid to step outside the lines. They get so comfortable with being good enough, and then they convince themselves that dreaming big is just a waste of time. But the truth is that is the exact reason they stay in the same position that they've been in for years. The moment that you stop accepting mediocrity and you actually demand better for yourself, that is when everything shifts. It's about thinking differently. Comfort is the enemy of progress. You're going to look around you. You're going to see so many people who are kind of going through the motions of life, who are just getting by. And guess what? They're going to try to pull you back into that same cycle. And they're probably going to tell you that it's too risky or that you can't do it. You're going to hear it all. But those are the same people who are afraid of the unknown. So here's your question. Are you going to freaking sit back and, play it cool, whatever, and just watch everybody, do their thing and live their dream lives and you're going to play it safe? Or are you actually going to take control of your future and go after what's really yours? Because success isn't about for the lucky people or the fortunate. It's for the people who are not afraid to actually break free from the crowd and actually create their own way.
The secret to life as a woman is understanding that you literally determine your own worth. You determine if a man respects you, if he gives you princess treatment, if he falls in love with you, or if he's just literally dating you for one thing. When I learned this, guys who were like, oh, I'm not really looking for a girlfriend right now, but let's keep hanging out, were literally asking me to be exclusive.
telling me that they are in love with me. Girls who were in situationships for literally 4+ years are now attracting high value men who bought them Porsches, take them on trips, literally worship them. And the secret, of course, is watching the high value woman formula videos, which you can get instant access to in the second section of my profile link. Here's the secret. If you respect yourself, you will not allow disrespect. Therefore, you have set the standard to where nobody can disrespect you. If you value yourself and you view yourself as a diamond, somebody who's rare, you're worth $1 million, then you would automatically look past all of the bare minimum treatment and only accept, only entertain literally things that are of your status. You would not react to bare minimum. You would simply just be like, this is so beneath me, so beneath a reaction from me. The way that you act would reflect that. So dusties would be repelled, and only high value men who want to cherish you, worship you, court you, and provide for you would come near you. If you truly had boundaries for yourself, setting boundaries with other people would be no problem, because you would explain it in a way where they would receive it as like, oh yeah, of course, totally, like, of course I'm not gonna come up to your apartment like after I pay for a $500 dinner, like, of course, like, you're literally like the queen. If you validate yourself, then other people will see that you are not looking for their validation, and they will just constantly validate you, constantly chase you, constantly praise you. If you are exclusive, then men will chase you. They will only add value to your life. They will see you as high value. If you act, dress, and are high value, men will literally see you as a valuable diamond. They will literally want to marry you. So the secret to life as a woman is doing the change within yourself, because everybody else will literally mirror you. The way I literally changed to this version of myself, literally seemingly overnight, was watching the high value woman formula video. It showed me how to make other people see me as the woman that I just described by becoming her, by knowing what boundaries to set, by knowing how to act like the prize when you're dating, by knowing how to get princess treatment, and like how to literally speak in your feminine energy, how to act, how to portray yourself as a high value woman so people see you as high value, what boundaries to set. This is so important. Like, if you're looking for Prince Charming, you're looking for a man who will literally spoil you, fall in love with you, want to marry you, and you want to do this, like, that is literally going to give you all of the answers. And you can get instant access to the high value woman formula videos in the second section of my profile link, and all the girls who are getting instant access right now, I'm pretty sure, are getting the 3.0 version of it for free. Love you.
Here are some really unique things that I would tell my little sister when she gets older. Get real financially educated the minute you turn 18, and in fact, don't even wait till you're 18. Start at 17. Figure out hedge funds, trust funds, whatever it is that's going to build your money for you. That's exactly what you need to be doing, and you need to be doing that the minute you get your first job. Before you open up a credit card or anything like that, I want you to get really clear on what you want to do with your life. For the first part, okay, just from 20 to 30, what do you want to do? Do you want to focus on traveling? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to open up what do you want to do? And start planning financially towards that goal. If I knew when I was 18 that I was going to be an esthetician, I was going to want to go solo and open up my own spa, and I was going to need funding, and I was going to need all of this, I would have made sure my credit was A1. If you're going to school, my best friend is in nursing school, and she needs the help financially. Make sure you got the financial backings and that you can take out student loans, and not only student loans, personal loans, to help you get through school. If you can stay with your mama, I don't care how bad it is, unless it is messing with your mental health so bad. You need to stay with a parent that will not let you pay bills. You need to have at least $10K in savings before you make any moves. And not only that, no men. You do not need to be building your life around a man from the ages of 18 to 21, because those are such pivotal years of your life. In those years of your life, what you need to be focused on is figuring out how you're going to get to this money. Because if that man leave tomorrow, you need to make sure that you got your money the next day. My third thing that I would teach her is that start investing in your looks early. I'm not saying that you need to start getting lip fillers and all of that or BBL. What I'm saying is make sure your hair is done. You need to always have a fund for hair, nails, and toes. Figure out your big three. My big three is going to be my hair, my brows, and my toes. I can do press-ons. I can do my own makeup. I mean, I have to invest in the makeup, but I can do my own makeup. I don't need anybody else to do that for me. Figure out your big three and learn how to do those. I would tell her to be very selective with who you call a friend. Because in this time, you need to be focused on elevating. You need to be focused on figuring it out, okay? Don't be hanging out with girls who are fast. You know what I'm talking about. Them girls who ain't trying to have nothing figured out for themselves. They more about a dude than they are about themselves. You need to be focused on you, and you need to only be around girls who are focused on them. Have your party friends that you go out with every once in a blue moon, but you need to be focused on you and what you're going to do next, because at the end of the day, your friends ain't going to be there to help you when your rent can't be paid or when you need to get out of a bad situation. A lot of the times, a lot of those people won't be able to help you because they barely have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So just make sure you good. Do not move in with nobody who cannot pay their bills, and don't move in with no friend. I'm gonna say it again. Do not move in with your friend. If you move in with your friend, it's better be your best friend of 11 years who you know since you was in diapers and you can vouch for her. Do not move in with your friends. In fact, I'd rather you move in with somebody who y'all just have a strict business relationship with than you move in with your friend. For the ones who get it, they get it. I won't go in any deeper. The fast life is not a good life. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't be dating no scammers. Don't go and be no damn dancer. And if you gotta be a dancer, I'm not judging you, but that's for if you need to, okay? That's a last resort. You do not want to get into that fast life because it's hard. It's easy to get in, hard to get out. And vice versa, don't be with nobody who's into the fast life. Scammers, rappers, whatever. They live a fast life. Those men aren't honest. They will never be able to be honest with you. They don't even make an honest living. They will never be honest for you. They're not going to be good fathers. They are not the type of man that you want to be with. Be with a man who put in the work for his life. It's a difference. It's definitely a difference. And my last one, work in a place that has a high value clientele. Work in a place where they have money walking in and out of those doors every single day. The importance of this step is so that you know how people with money move. You know their habits, you know their routines, you know what they do, you know how they talk. Which means that you're in an environment every day where you can learn how to be rich. You can learn how to be high value. You can learn how they talk and maneuver. You are in close proximity to wealth, which means you can touch it, which means you can have it too. Make sure that you are having at least one job where you work with a high-end clientele. Even if you don't stay long, even if you only stay for a couple of months, get in there, network, talk, see how these people's habits and tendencies are, and replicate.
I share my thought or my idea with you. I do not want to hear how hard, difficult, or impossible it is to make it happen. A lot of people will say things to try to stop you, or they tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto you. If they have information or forewarning about the subject, fine. But it being impossible, come on. You're capable. Don't let anyone's fear or insecurity project onto you. You could do it, and so am I.
Learn to be strategic with every single thing you do in life, from the people you hang around, to your makeup, to your clothing, okay? To the things that you do on a daily basis, because this will indicate whether or not you're going to be successful in life. If you know how to be strategic, you will always make it out here, okay? You will always end up in a successful position. And if you're not strategic and you're focused on being who you are wholeheartedly and authentically, you're going to be held back while other people are surpassing you. And those people who like to completely be themselves with no bounds and all these other things, they're the ones who are always complaining about the people who made sure that they aligned with the proper things, dressed the part, okay, and say, oh, that person's fake and they're not living in a certain way. Okay, but where are you and where are they? Okay, so how you dress and how you present on a daily basis determines what audience you are going to attract. Some ways of dressing attract dusty men and dusty friends, okay? And certain other ways attract people who are normal or people of a higher caliber, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And even body type, whether you're bigger or whether you're skinny or whether you're in between, whatever it may be, it will attract different things in your life and make you be perceived in a particular way. I make sure that I stay a certain size, do my hair a certain way, and dress a certain way because I'm trying to repel certain things, but also attract certain things. And this is how you have to be. Yes, you may like a particular aesthetic or a particular way of being, but just because you like it, it doesn't mean that it's most beneficial to you. Especially women, they want to be able to be themselves wholeheartedly and be loved for who they are. And you will never be loved for who you are in society. That is never going to happen. You will never be loved unconditionally for who you are by anybody, not as an adult. Maybe when you were a kid, maybe from your parents or your family members, some of your family members, but for the most part, now. You have to be strategic in life. Even if it's uncomfortable, you have to be strategic because it's sink or swim out here. What you have to ask yourself is what benefits me the most? That's how you be strategic. You do whatever benefits you the most.
If I can offer you any piece of life advice, it would be this. The moment you see things for what it is, do not unsee that shit. What is happening is what it is. And what it is what is happening. There is no benefit of the doubt. And there's no excuses. The moment you start seeing how people handle you and fuck with you, I promise, the moment you start seeing it for what it is, you will stop spending time in places where you're not respected, places where you're not loved, places where you're not protected.
Their opinion of you is not your problem. Them thinking the absolute worst of you is not your problem. Them being jealous of you is not your problem. Their stupidity is not your problem. None of this is your problem to take on or to fix. Let people that want to be stupid be stupid. Let people who can't see your worth, who can't see how great you are, let them think the worst of you if that's what they want to do. They are just exercising their free will and it does not need to affect you. The only reason it affects you or you seem to think it will have an impact on your life is because you are choosing to place importance on their opinion. You don't have to do that. That's a choice. And it's not your fault. Most of us are programmed this way since we're young to want the validation, approval and love from others. That it makes us feel better about ourselves when people approve of us, when they like us, when they understand us. But you have to realize that kind of conditioning will keep you like a slave to other people's opinion. It will give other people control over how you feel and how you live your life. And if you truly want to live freely and never worry or care about what anyone thinks of you, you have to acknowledge what you're doing in this process, how you are giving your power away and taking on the work of correcting people's opinions of you. That negative energy they're sending your way by talking bad about you or talking bad to you, whatever it is they're doing that is negative towards you, you are giving it your attention and then absorbing it into your field. You can be aware of everything, you can observe everything, but you don't have to let that energy into your field. You're just in this loop you've been in for a long time where people do things, you react. People say things, you react. You take everything personally and have an emotional response to everything and then go out and try and convince people of your worth, of your truth. It's not your work. Stop explaining yourself to people that just don't get you. You have to come to the realization of how long do I want to keep giving my power away to other people? How long do I want to keep giving them the power to influence how I feel? And you might think, oh, but if they don't like me, then something bad could happen. They could talk badly about me to people and then more people wouldn't like me. This is all an illusion of control. You think other people can affect your reality when the truth is how you feel, the energy you put out, the frequency you live on a daily basis is what affects what comes to you. For example, if it's a manager at work and they don't like you or they don't see your work, you're worried you won't get promotion or they won't put you forward forward for better opportunities. So you think they have control over you and your career advancement. The truth is the universe is a lot bigger and more abundant than what we realize. So the opportunities that are meant for you, what you truly want, if you align with that and stop caring about people's opinions, stop living in fear, once you align with what you want, it will come to you. It might not come through this person, it might not come through this avenue that you thought it was going to come through, but it will come to you. Your opportunities will come to you once you believe it and stop giving other people power over how you feel, because that will affect your vibration, that will affect your frequency, how you operate, your emotions, your thoughts, and that is the only thing that affects what comes to you. You have all the power.
This message is for all my girlies, specifically women of color, specifically black women. If you find yourself practicing humility and that directly correlates to making yourself smaller in a room, cut that shit out. That's what we're not going to do, because you're over here practicing humility, but you're not celebrating yourself the way that you should, and it's got other people messed up in the head thinking you're not who you actually are. You're belittling yourself all in the name of humility. That is not what humility means, baby. It does not mean taking a blessed room. It does not mean that you are less proud and loud about who you are. Do not make yourself smaller and more digestible for other people, all in the name of humility. Hi, pretty girl. I just wanted to remind you that in a world of overconsumption, being disciplined and understanding the different stages of your life as a woman, as a young woman, is the best thing that you could ever do for yourself. And I know that's really hard, because every time that you get on social media or you're consuming any type of content, you're just seeing people live out these extremely lavish, amazing lives, and you feel like you want that too. And don't get me wrong, I think you fully deserve that. With that in mind, there's something about living within your means and understanding and honoring every phase of your life that you're in. When I was 23 years old, I graduated law school, moved to New York, and at the time I was making roughly $230,000 a year. I knew that was a lot of money for someone at the time, especially being an immigrant. I came to this country when I was 5 years old, and I had never made that much money in my entire life. Because I understood that I was still young, I didn't have to spend an exorbitant amount in order to continue my lifestyle. I ended up getting an apartment with 2 other girls that was on a 6th floor, and it was a walk-up for $1,400 a month. I often stayed at the office late at night, because if you worked past a certain time, the firm would pay for your dinner and they would give you a car home. I didn't shop. Honestly, I basically wore the same things, whether it was from COS or Zara, one other affordable brand. I think it was like H&M. Biggest thing that I splurged on was a $400 jacket from Aritzia, because New York was going to become so cold come winter. I'm not telling you to not live out your dreams. I'm not telling you to not indulge. I'm not telling you to not love on yourself and buy that little thing. I'm not telling you that you don't deserve. I'm just telling you that every season of your life should be honored, and you don't need to rush to get to the next season.
If you are someone who knows deep down that you are meant to live a big life full of abundance, but you have no idea how you are going to get there, I want you to listen to this video. And first of all, excuse me for crying on camera. This is so not like me. I've never cried on camera. But I've just been sitting in my car, reflecting on life the last couple of years. It's been crazy. A couple years ago, to give you guys some backstory, I was in a very toxic situation. I was at the lowest point in my life. I had dropped out of college, very unsure of what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted a life full of abundance. I always liked luxury things. I've always liked expensive things. And I just really wanted, more than anything, I know that sounds shallow, but I really just wanted freedom. I just wanted freedom. And I just wanted to be able to buy these things for myself, because I was with someone who could buy these things for me, but he'd take them away and he'd control me. And it was a very toxic relationship. So this is what I always wanted for myself. I just wanted to have control over my life. And fast forward to now, I've literally been living my dream life. But before this, I was literally, like I said, at the lowest point in my life. I had lost my best friend of 14 years. I grew up with no parents, basically. I had my dad, but he left me pretty early on, in my teen years, and my mom abandoned me when I was 3 years old. And I'm not here to make you feel sorry for me. I'm just saying that I came from nothing. I grew up working my entire life, and this is your sign that you can do it, even if you feel like there is no way out. Okay, even if you feel like You'd rather be somewhere else and not on this planet. Like, I understand that. I get that. I truly, truly, truly do. And I just want you to know, if no one believes in you, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. And I cannot believe what my life is now. I've literally been living a life like that I could have never actually dreamed of. Like, honestly, this is the ultimate freedom. I'm in Dubai right now. I've just here, like, just shooting stuff for my business, and I've been here for the last few weeks. I get to do whatever I want. I go fine dining every night. I buy everything I want. I'm sitting in my freaking favorite car, the G-Wagon. I have this car actually paid off in the US, and it's all because I started my little business. It's an Amazon business, but that is the only reason why. And it's also always only the reason that I've done this is always because I believed in myself more than anyone did. Nobody believed in me, and that's why I said, like, I believe in you, because I know that a lot of people see this type of lifestyle and they want it so bad. They want to live this big life, and they share this with their friends, and a lot of people can't believe that it's possible. But the thing is, it's not possible for them because they don't believe that they are deserving of it, and they don't want it bad enough. So this is your sign to just make it happen for yourself. I believe in you. Yeah, I just felt called to come on here and share this. You know what's the most powerful leverage a woman can have in this life? It is her own money, period. It doesn't matter if, you know, your dad is rich, how powerful your boyfriend is, how successful your future husband might even be. What will really actually matter is how much money do you have? Because let me tell you something. When you have your own, you move different, you act different, and you tolerate less. Because you can walk away from anything or anyone at any moment if it's not serving you, without having to beg, without fear, without a second fucking thought. And that is power, that is freedom, and it feels so damn good. And as a woman, you should never have to live without it. So if you're not there yet, get there. Get there, okay? Learn the skills, make the money, and build your safety net, because your freedom and your future actually depends on it.
Always invest in your appearance, because sometimes the first impression is the only one you get. Whether you like it or not, how you show up in this world speaks before you do. And this isn't to say you need to be dipped in designer or get surgery, but you do need to look like you care. You are your brand, and your personal brand matters. It holds so much weight. When you show up in rooms or spaces confident, polished, great aura, great posture to you, people treat you differently. And not only that, but you attract better energy, opportunities, and you command respect. People get a sense that you hold yourself in a high regard. Effort isn't extra, it's an investment with returns in every area of your life. So always, always, always invest in your appearance, your mind, your skills, because it truly will carry you. And you guys know me, look good, feel good. It's not always about how others are perceived. Do it for yourself too. And another thing, this isn't about vanity. This is about being intentional, being strategic, and putting your best foot forward. Again, whether you like it or not, this is just the rules of the road. This is how society works.